Hi there, in this episode.
You know, I do remember my parents saying a lot when I was a kid, oh, lovely, from the garden, delicious. And now I bore my own children with that sort of saying, lovely, from the garden. Fresh mint in the salad, from the garden, delicious. It's payback, isn't it? Parent payback. Right. Unreel the hose, unreel the reel. Oh my gosh. Now, what's happening here? Wow. Peas. Well, not quite. Oh yeah, there is. Oh wow. Oh, hello. That's the first look of a pea appearing on my pea shoots that went in the ground, I don't know, about 6 weeks, 2 months ago. I was very lucky in that I was watching one of the TV shows about gardening. Oh yeah, why not? Let's say it. Gardener's World. 9 p.m. Friday nights in the UK. Best gardening show in the world. And luckily my peas had arrived in a seed packet that day. I was thinking, I'm not sure how to plant these. Never done them before, like most things. And they showed you how to plant them, and you put them into, I'd say, a window box sort of size shape, if you can, of soil. And plant them in a zigzag. So apparently they need their own root, their private root space. This is my root space, this is your root space. Don't break the frame, that kind of thing. So let's get down there. So anyway, I did that. I duly did that, like an obedient learner. And then a month or so later, we've got peas. And then because you line the window box shape item box, whatever you've got, she used a drain pipe actually on Gardener's World, the presenter. Large drain pipe. You can slide out the plastic and then slide the soil out of the plastic so the formation is maintained. I hope that makes sense. And then you slide it into the ground and you cover it up and you put some canes in. And then you grow your peas up the canes and then you have baby peas. Oh, so beautiful. It's lovely actually. It looks a bit like a sweet pea, obviously. It doesn't smell like that. And it's going to bear lovely vegetables. I remember eating... I remember being in my jammies when I was little, in the garden on a night like tonight, really, sort of really late, 10:30 at night with my big sister. And we were out there, and we were in the far end of the garden where the vegetable patch was, and all these lovely peas were being grown next to broad beans, runner beans, spuds. My dad loved growing spuds. And we'd just stand there and scoff loads of peas. We'd split the pods open and just scoff them. What my parents must have thought when they came to the bit of the veg patch where there was no peas on the pea shoots, on the canes. Plenty of spent pods on the ground. Then we've got a bit of a courgette. We had a courgette crisis at one point because a frost got them. 2 were left. I don't know how many courgettes grow off each plant. I've got another one over there in a pot which is doing much better. It's not flowered yet, and I know that you get a courgette per flower head. Anyway, that's interesting. So it's all like watch and see at the moment, isn't it? Watch and learn. Of course, my glut of rocket and lettuce is now seeding, which I'm going to have to take that out of the ground. But I've took out a lot of lettuce. Ate it, a lot of lettuce last week. Didn't make rocket soup after all. And I've planted spinach. We eat a lot of spinach. Put it in curries, can't remember what else. Certainly don't eat it on its own. It's just like wrong, isn't it? Could saute it. I like that word. Saute. It's out of fashion, that word now, isn't it? And then we've got classic carrots, which I thinned out on the weekend. Tried to have one, but they're just still a little bit green in their centre. So that's why we didn't have it on the plate on Sunday as part of a roast dinner. Do you know, I do remember my parents saying a lot when I was a kid, oh, lovely, from the garden, delicious. And really going on about how delicious everything was from the blooming garden. I didn't get it. You just don't have that awareness, do you, when you're a kid, about how yummy stuff is. And now I bore my own children with that sort of saying, lovely, from the garden. Fresh mint in the salad, from the garden, delicious. It's payback, isn't it? Parent payback. Right, so that's the veg done. I'm going to check this courgette. We had so much rain last week. It's a bit embarrassing, really, just how gorgeous it all was. All the waterways, all the reservoirs are really full up. It's really nice, because at one point it was looking like we might have a bit of a hosepipe ban. I love the way the UK just goes, yes, we've got a hosepipe ban, you can't use your hose pipes in the garden. Whereas other countries are like, our animals can't drink, we're suffering drought. It's terrible. We're going, oh, it's awful here as well, we've got a hosepipe ban. Anyway, everything's looking pretty good as a result. So we've had lots of rain, everything's looking well watered. I'm just making sure that things in pots and raised beds get a bit of extra today, because it's the temperature's suddenly cranked up. It's like someone's turned the knob on the oven up all the way to as high as it will go, having been quite cold last week. And of course the grass is looking great, but it's the brilliant, perfect condition, isn't it, for growth. And everything is in abundance. It is glorious. But that does mean boring things like lawns need mowing and hedges need trimming. A lot. Which, you know, is hard work actually. Especially when you're 5'2" and your hedges are getting on for 7 foot. It's exhausting. How do people do it?